For 11 years, Jackson set an alarm for 4:47 a.m. every single morning, the exact time his business partner had called to tell him their company was gone, stolen right from under him. He never told anyone why that specific time. He just woke up angry every single day, on schedule, as if his body had signed a contract with his own pain. Let me tell you how it started. Jackson and Ethan built a small logistics company from nothing. 2 friends, 1 office, 1 dream. For 5 years, they grew it together, sacrificed together, and celebrated together. Then, without warning, Ethan sold his shares behind Jackson's back to a rival company, walked away with a fortune, and left Jackson holding a business that collapsed within months. Jackson lost everything: his savings, his office, his pride. But the thing he lost the most was his peace. He spent the next decade of his life rehearsing arguments he would never get to have. In the shower, he debated Ethan. In traffic, he imagined running into him and delivering the perfect cutting sentence, one that would finally make Ethan feel the pain he had caused. He read articles about Ethan's new success just to fuel his anger. He told the story of his betrayal to every new friend, every date, every stranger who sat next to him on a plane, until people began finding excuses to leave the conversation early. Jackson didn't realize it, but he had built a second business, a business of resentment, and he was the only employee, working overtime, unpaid, exhausted, for 11 straight years. His health began to suffer first. High blood pressure, sleepless nights, a stomach that remained in knots. Then his relationships followed. A marriage that ended because his wife said she was tired of living with a man who was still arguing with someone who wasn't even in the room. Then his ambition disappeared too, because a mind constantly replaying the past has no room left to build a future. One evening, a young man he was mentoring asked him a simple question. What would you do differently if this never happened to you? Jackson opened his mouth to answer, and nothing came out. In that silence, he realized something. He had spent 11 years so consumed with what Ethan took from him that he never noticed what he was still taking from himself. Every single day, with his own hands. So, he did something that felt impossible. He looked up Ethan's number, one he had memorized out of spite, and instead of calling to confront him, he simply deleted it. He didn't call to forgive him out loud. He didn't need Ethan to know. This release wasn't for Ethan at all. It was for Jackson. And here is the twist Jackson didn't expect. Months later, he ran into a mutual friend who mentioned Ethan in passing. Curious, almost out of habit, Jackson asked how he was doing. The friend shrugged. Honestly, he barely talks about the old company anymore. I don't think he thinks about it much at all. Jackson sat with that for a long moment. For 11 years he had given his mornings, his marriage, and his mental health to a man who had already moved on years ago. A man who wasn't losing a single hour of sleep over what he had done. Ethan had taken Jackson's company once, but Jackson had been the one handing over his peace every single day for 11 years. Completely free of charge. That night, for the first time in over a decade, Jackson changed his alarm. He set it for 6 a.m., not to remember a betrayal, but simply to greet a new day. The lesson here is simple but powerful. It can change how you see every grudge you're still carrying. The people who hurt you are rarely thinking about you as much as you think about them. Holding on doesn't punish them. It only steals hours, years, and peace from your own life. Detachment is not weakness. It is the moment you finally stop paying rent for a space in your mind that someone else doesn't even remember renting. If this story reached you, remember, imagine the wisdom in words, and ask yourself, What alarm do you need to change today?